Hi, everybody. We are here with Eve, and he's about to tell us his transformation story and autoimmune sort of journey with alopecia and vitiligo. I've been working with Eve for almost a year. Is it a
Yeah, it's
year?
been a year.
Okay, almost a year. And so tell me a little bit about your health growing up, about your autoimmune disease condition things.
Yeah, I would say growing up, like my earliest memories remembering my first health problems were, I would say, when I was around 6 or 7 years old, and it was alopecia. Same thing as I gone when I was older. And from what I remember when I was younger, it was from a period of it got triggered when I got stuck in an elevator for a long time. I was stuck in there with my brother for like a good hour. And the Lebanon elevators are not like the North America elevators, you know? So I remember getting the alopecia then. Um, and then a few months later, it developed into my whole head hair pretty much going away, and then started getting vitiligo as well, like white patches on my skin. And as a child, I didn't really do anything different. I believe the alopecia is very common where I'm from in Lebanon. So all they pretty much did for me was I would go to the barber, and the little hair that I had there, like probably like 10, 20 hairs, what they would do is they would shave it and then scrub it with some type of sandpaper and then put some type of alcohol on it, maybe to irritate the area so your immune system heals it or whatever. Um, and then that was it. Within a year, everything came back. Kind of forgot all about it. But I guess when you're a child, everything heals much quicker. You don't have to do much. And I got alopecia again when I moved to Canada from Lebanon. I got a little patch. I remember the back of my head. And I think that might be just the stress of moving from one country to another as an 8-year-old. And that was about it. For that time, all they did was they just gave me some cortisone cream, um, fixed the job within 3 months. And then the worst one came when I was 22 years old. 22, 23, I would say. 22 is when it started, 23 is when it progressed. And now I'm 28 years old, finally getting the solutions. Um, and that's pretty much it growing up. Always
Yeah.
dealt with autoimmune issues, always had, I still remember as well, the school calling my parents when I was in school. My stomach would be hurting all the time. I would get picked up. Um, but, just living in that country, and we didn't really think, I just thought like, he's a kid, something's going on, maybe he ate something bad. Never really attributed to diet or lifestyle, anything like that.
Yeah, so when you were 22, you took a big round of antibiotics, right? And you think that that's
Yes,
maybe what triggered it. And then you lost all your hair everywhere, correct?
correct. So here's what I remember. When I was 19, I started developing like these weird looking cold sores around my lips. It would be like one, and then it started spreading. So then when I went to the doctor, they were telling me, "Oh, you're sharing drugs with somebody." Or that I was like, "No, I don't do that." And then they gave me antibiotics, and I remember it helped. And then it helped. So I was 19, and it pretty much took 6, 7 months for it to go away. But I was putting the antibiotic cream on my lip, and I was taking the pills as well. And then when I was 21, I got it again, but like a small one. And I was like, okay, the antibiotics worked last time. I knew nothing about any of that stuff back then. Let me go to the doctor and ask for it again. Asked for it again, got the antibiotics, took them, it was gone. But I remember 1 month, it was, I believe, July of 2005, 2015 or 2016, I'm not really sure. Um, my dad had a health scare with my family, and then my grandmother ended up passing away, and then my brother had a seizure, all in 1 month. So I'm assuming that with the antibiotics just triggered it again, like how it got triggered when I was a child. And then within, I would say, 8 months, I didn't have a single hair. My body, my eyelashes, eyebrows, head hair, everything was gone.
And then from that point until we met, there was no hair. From 22 to 27.
So from 22, so here's what happened. I went to Lebanon right away because because I went to the old barber that I went to when I was a child. And I started getting the exact same treatment, like the scrub of the head, et cetera, et cetera. I did a lot of cupping, like the real cupping where they actually slice you a little bit so the blood can come out. Nothing worked. And then I went to Dubai and I saw a doctor there, a bioresidence doctor is what I believe they call them. And he was the first one that introduced the whole diet idea to me. But his idea was eat vegetables and don't touch meat. Eat vegetables and all the fruit you want. Don't touch dairy, meat, fish, any of that. I was like, cool. So then I was doing that. Nothing was going on. I didn't feel any better. I lost a lot of weight, felt weak, tired all the time. And I remember how dry my skin was as well at the time and no hair growth. So then I went on a clinical trial for this alopecia drug, if you remember. And I was on it for a year and a half, maybe a year. And I would say the majority of my hair came back, but it was destroying my immune system. I was getting sick all the time, very irritated all the time. Every time I would do blood work, they tell me, "Oh, this is wrong. We might have to send you a specialist for this." Send you I remember my platelets were dangerously low. They would tell me be careful with knives, cutting things, because if you cut yourself, you could be bleeding for a long time. My white blood cells were very low as well. I'm assuming that's what the drug does to shut your immune system off. And then I was okay, maybe it's not worth it. So then I got off the pill and then I got COVID. And within 3 weeks, everything was gone again. So all the progress that I had from the pill was literally gone within 3 weeks after I got COVID. And I was like, yeah, that pill is not for me.
Yeah.
And that was it for me.
So your options were the pill, which made you sicker, and then sort of
Yes.
a vegetarian diet, which made you weak and lose weight and didn't produce any hair.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So what I think is important for everybody to hear about your story is when you have an autoimmune condition, there are often multiple ones, but it's not just diet, right? A lot of people go after diet, but what you explained was there was a stressful event before each one. And so
Yeah.
when you came to work with me, I was like, okay, we're going to go after your diet, your lifestyle, your sleep, your stress, your nervous system. And so because if you're super stressed out, doing the right diet, you're still not going to get the results because your immune system will be in a flare. So you came and you said, okay, you have one goal on your paper. I went through the goals from the intake. You're like, get my hair back. And
Yes.
I said, okay.
That was the only thing I wanted.
I
It
said,
was the only thing I wanted.
only goal, right? And I was
Yes.
like, okay, it may take like 2 years. We have a serious shot at doing this, but you have to be all in with me. And so
Yes.
tell everybody a little bit about that journey because you were like, I'm in.
Yes. So I remember 3 months after I lost my hair, like after the whole COVID thing, I was just done with it. I was just there's nothing that I can do. But I would always get that lingering feeling like there's always a solution to every problem. So I just started looking around. I remember just listening to podcasts in regards to autoimmunity, and then I just started hearing a lot of Mary's work. And then I found you through that, if you remember when I was telling you. And then when I talked to you about it, I just got the comfort, okay, we could do this. It was the first time I actually got that. Because all the doctors that I saw before, they were like, there's no cure for this, and when that idea gets put into your brain, it's kind of like you're already shut off. It's like everything you do, it's like maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But obviously, after working with you, it was like everything that I was doing, it was in the motive of, okay, this is gonna work. Because I just started believing it. Um, and then I remember we were on the soup for 6 months.
Hmm.
Felt great. I did lose weight, but I just started I remember my symptoms of, I guess, cleansing myself were not as bad as I thought they would be. Everything was going good. And then we decided it would be better for me to go to Costa Rica for a few months, maybe be in the sunlight all the time, be in the ocean water, grounded. Grounding, I do every day now. In my backyard, I'm always barefoot out there in the sun. If it's sunny outside, I'm always outside. So everything started changing, I would say, after the 6 months mark, 6 to 8 months, I would say. Never irritated anymore. I'm always good, I can handle stress a lot better. And hair's growing back.
Hair's growing
Everything,
back on your
everything's growing back.
eyebrows, in your head,
Yeah.
and beard, hair on
Yes.
your chest.
Everything's growing back. It's been 6 months. No, sorry, it's been a year. But I would say if you remember, I started showing you that I'm getting a little bit of hair. It was in like February or March,
Mhm.
which is not even 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So
I would say somewhere around 8 months, you showed me white hairs coming in.
yeah, which was around February of like the one that just passed. So like my hair naturally, I would say with like the diet that you put me on, my sleep is on point as well. Like I sleep every day, same time, wake up every day, same time. I'm in the sun, I'm grounded. So the lifestyle is definitely, something that I take just as important as my diet. And within like I said, like within I would say 4 months now, I've seen just as much results as I saw in a year when I was on the pill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. What I really want everybody to hear and what I want to tell you, Eve, is I am so proud of you
Mhm.
because healing is possible and we have the power to do it.
For
But
sure.
we have to be willing to eat the right things, change our lifestyle, work on our sleep, work on our stress, work on our movement, get sunlight. And when you do those things, we can lower the immune response and you can recover. Like recovery,
100%.
remission is possible. And so you did this, like your hard work. I just laid out a road and you were like, I'm doing it. And
For
so
sure.
a lot of people start and they give up 3-4 months in because they're like, nothing's happening. And
Yeah,
sometimes it takes a year to see the first thing, you got to start seeing it now. It's already happening.
for
But
sure. And I think the whole part of that was I've been dealing with this since I was 22 years old. I remember when I was 22, I was getting all these like, everybody has an opinion about everything. Is what I started realizing growing up. Everybody thinks they know everything. So you try one thing for 4 months, okay, it doesn't work. You try another thing. But like when I got older and I started to realize, okay, gotta stick with something for a long enough period of time to actually see if it's gonna work or not. That's when my whole kind of mindset shifted. Because essentially you were my last hope. I did the pill. I went to all these doctors. I went to, I think, 7 different doctors. No word of a lie, in 3 different countries. I got the same response. So it was like, okay, I have to get everything in order for this to actually give myself the best chance that I have. And I always believed like there is no way God put me on this earth to be sick. Something's going on. And as long as I can just get into the right path, right direction, everything will take care of itself. And that's what's been going on.
yeah, amazing. What is like makes my heart so happy is you just said 3 different countries, 3 doctors told you this is a condition that you can't do anything about.
Oh
And
yeah,
so for anybody listening, I don't care how many people have told you recovery is not possible. There are often people who have found recovery from the thing that you have. And so even if that person doesn't know that it is possible, it often is. And so you always want to find a practitioner who can help you. I've literally seen miracles. And now Eve has hair coming everywhere.
yeah.
So
And I'm assuming within like maybe 2, 3 months, I could be able to go to the barber because there's literally white hair everywhere. And in regards to your point, like everything is kind of designed in a way to make you believe that nothing works except for the pill that they give you. All the Google searches, I remember being a 23-year-old just scared, like, you're 23 years old, your life is just starting. I just left university, I'm losing my eyebrows. Like, you get scared, you get confused. Every Google search you do, oh, there's no cure, but there's a pill coming. Every person, every doctor you go to, there's no cure, there's a pill coming. So I think what also messes with somebody is if your brain doesn't believe that you can actually heal, no matter what you do, you're not going to heal. So as long as you unlock that part of your brain where it's like, you know what, no, I can heal, everything will be all good, and you just do like the steps that you told me to do, I truly think you can actually heal from anything.
yeah, yeah. Thanks for saying that. And to unlock that part of their brain, they just need to hear your story that you were
Yeah,
told you couldn't recover. And I had 3 different conditions that they told me would be lifelong. They said
for
there's
sure.
nothing you can do. They're gone. They were all
Yeah,
wrong. Those
yeah.
doctors were wrong. And
Yeah,
so
I will never forget it when I went to the doctor in Lebanon. I only had a little bit of patches because it starts with like patches on your head. And I was like to him, I still had my beard, I still had my eyebrows, eyelashes, and everything. And I will never forget it. He was like to me, just be grateful that you still have your beard and your eyelashes because you might lose those as well. No cure. He was like, there's no cure for what you do. He's like, we tried all this, we tried all that. There's no cure. Not a single doctor talked to me about my stress, my diet, my sunlight, my exercise, my sleep, nothing. It was just, okay, if we have a pill for you, we can give it to you. If we don't have a pill for you, there's nothing we can do. And they kind of just shoot you out the way.
Yeah. So if you were to go back to the Eve right before when you were like deciding to come to me, what would you say to him? Like now knowing what you know now, like how good do you feel that it worked? What would you say to him?
If I could go back, honestly, I wish I found you when I was 22. I'll tell you that right now. Like, but I feel like everything's a process. It's like, it's just like, I wonder how it would have been if I was 22 and then I found you. I feel like I had to go through all of that to set myself up for like the rest of my life. Like now I'm 27. Oh, sorry, I'm 28 now. Extremely health conscious. I was never like that before. Extremely like on my health, like my sleep, everything. So what I would say is you just have to be open to the idea that you can heal, and you have to work with someone that actually believes that you can heal and you're not just a patient or you're just a number on a paper. And that's why I'm grateful to have you. It's because like, from our first call, like I just felt assurance, like, you know what, we can get through this, we could do it. And then I got excited going to the Amish to buy my chickens to make the soup. It was way different than the doctor that I saw that was just telling me to be a vegan, and I'm just chopping up my salad and just being hungry as shit all the time and eating that. So I would say just believe in it, and just I no matter how long you've had your condition for, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. For me, it's been 6 years, and in the last 4 months, my hair is just growing, everything's all good. My relationships are also amazing now, like with my family, my brothers, my sister, everything's all good, everything improved. So I would say just do it and be open to the challenge that it could be a little bit of an adjustment, but it's definitely well worth it.
Mm, so good. I like want to jump through the screen and hug you. I'm just
Yeah,
so proud
someday.
of you. Yeah, we will. We will. Show us your hair one more time.
So this is the top now,
Oh my gosh.
but like you guys see the patches, but I'm telling you, there's white hair like how it starts to grow is it starts to grow white hairs and then it turns black. And
Yeah.
then this is the side, all white hair here as well. And this is the other side. And it's just the back is a little bit weaker, but I can still feel all the way here. And my beard is like just a little bit of patch here. Here it's all good, just a little bit here missing. And then this right eyebrow is going amazing. The left one's a little bit lacking, and then just my eyelashes, but I'm sure that'll come with time as well.
It's all coming. It makes my eyes water. And I just want to take all of those pictures and take them to all of those doctors and be like, it is possible. Please
Yeah.
stop telling people that they can't. It is
Well,
possible.
everybody does what they benefit to right? Nobody wants to tell somebody how to live right. They just want to sell you a pill.
Yeah.
So they'll say, "Oh, it's just random that his hair is growing back. It has nothing to do with what he's doing." You know how they are.
Right. And we're getting your hair back, but what we're also stopping is further disease
For
because the
sure.
pill doesn't stop further disease. A lot of times when people come to me, they have 3, 4 autoimmune conditions because nobody caught it in the first one. And you can lower the response then in the first one. You can't unflip autoimmunity, but you can put it basically into remission so that your immune system isn't flared. And then you'll always have the tools of what to know what to do if big stress comes.
100%. Like I'm not like here's the thing. I'm not saying that I don't have stressful events in my life. Like my life is perfect. We all still have to deal with work. We all have, you know, the places you live in. Everybody has stressful events. But what I'm saying is, ever since I changed my life, where I'm not in an office for 8 hours a day anymore. I'm not seeing the sun. I'm not exercising. My food is garbage. I'm eating out all the time. It's like I just deal with stress so much better. Like, I sleep and I wake up, I'm just ready for everything. And it's just not, everybody has stress, but how you approach your life is just always an indication of how you can deal with your stress. Like, I don't think anything can really break me that bad anymore. It's just like whatever happens, I could deal with it and it'll solve itself, you know? So everything just ends up working out as long as you believe everything will work out.
I love it. I love it. So your health is getting fixed, your heart is getting fixed, your stress management is better. You're
For
going to the
sure.
gym and crushing it.
100%.
Basically you're on point.
Yeah. In the last year, I went from 165 pounds. Now I'm at 200, which is 45. That's 40, 35, 35
Yeah.
pounds, I think. Yeah.
Of
And now
muscle.
I'm eating good. Yeah. I'm eating a lot of eggs, a lot of fish, a lot of lamb. Everything's all good. No more salads ever. I had enough of those for an entire year.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Eve. Thank you
Of course.
so much. And basically to whoever is listening to this, you can find
For
remission.
sure.
Don't give up. Like, please don't give up. Try one more time. And yeah,
For
thank
sure.
you so much.